What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the den. If you can call this the den. Give me just a moment. I made a little bit of a oopsie. So I hope all of you are doing well. I hope life is treating you good. I hope everything is going the way that you hope. Right. And if not, well, I'm sorry to hear that. We got some stuff we're going to get into tonight, my friends. And we should have a good old fun time if stuff stop acting like it want to freeze up. So, so you still hadn't heard. I have no idea what Sage still said. Haven't really been super in tune with what's going on. I know there's been some senatorial shenanigans. I just, like I said, I've been kind of in my own little, I won't say my own little world, but just when I get focused on some shit, I kind of tune a lot of stuff out. And then I have to go back and play catch up. And I'm not talking about squished tomatoes. Hey-yo. What's the motherfucker? Let's see what we got joining us this evening, man. Let's see. I've been working on something. So those of you who are subscribed to the gaming channel. Oh, one. Good to see you. Broderick, you're never first, right? You know, first is the worst whenever Broderick gets it. Oh, my eye feels all greasy. It's been a day. A day like every other day, same amount of time. Anyway, let's see. Broderick. Oh, my eyes, not a white grease or sweat or something on my eyes. Now I'm looking crazy. Chill vibes only. What's the motherfucking deal? John, my favorite New Yorker. How's it going this evening, sir? What's the motherfucking deal? God, what's going on here? I'm gonna wash my face. I got a greasy face. One. How are you doing this evening? Goodness, pardon me. I don't know what it is. You know, fuck around and get pink eye. Anywho, so we got some stuff we're gonna watch tonight. Just kind of crazy, just nothing too serious. Like I said, as y'all know, I do have the gaming channel thing that I'm gonna actually start using and activating. I'm gonna do my first live on that a little bit later after the den. One of my favorite gaming series has a new installment coming out. Far Cry. I'm a Far Cry fan. And so Far Cry 6 drops tonight. I don't know if it's like they said. I think they said it was going to be available at actually 11 our time, Central. Some people said it was going to be staggered. I don't know. I just want to play the game, right? Because I like it, right? So I saw some stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I'll get into that more when it's time to play the game. Damn it. I'm putting my water somewhere. I'm all over the place. Lockbert, what's the motherfucking deal? Give me just a second. Here it is right here. Oh, just on the other side of the screen. All right. All right. Whoop, whoop, chicken. Whoop, whoop, chicken head. All right, so, like I said, we just got some crazy stuff to watch tonight. Like, the world gets too smart for its own good. What I'm going to start doing is with the videos and things like that, because I do have, I've discovered some things. So, you know, I usually go to my source, lives a TikTok, there's a mess everywhere. This is the other Honcho hat. You know, No Pause TV, my two favorite follows on the Twitter. And then Broderick started trying to copy me. He started following No Pause TV. They didn't want to tell nobody. But I have discovered some things on my own. And so, you know, as we get into these things, I'm going to start having more specified video evenings. And we're going to focus on specific topics, and tomorrow is going to be a very good one I've been kind of want to talk about the last few days. We'll kind of be a little general this evening, just general craziness. And, excuse me, That's what I'm looking for. A little bit more general craziness, and then, like I said, tomorrow we'll start getting into the specific topics and things. So I gotta have that program running for that to fucking do this shit. That's stupid. Super stupid. Well, you know what? If I gotta do all that, I might need to get the other keyboard. Anyway, so with that being said, let us get into some good stuff. Looking for that good stuff. Da, 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 da. All right, it's running now. Check it out. What's up? So at first it just said that it wasn't running. Now it's saying I gotta download. I just downloaded that shit. It's running. You know what? It's a whole piece of fuck. This is what this is. I'm not happy about what's taking place. Anyway, it's not even that fucking important. I'm getting easily distracted. So let's pull up some videos. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Everybody's crazy. Everybody's lost their minds. Let's just flippity flappity. Let us bring up the goods. What do y'all want? Y'all want? I don't really have any violence today. I got some shenanigans. What do you mean let? Is there one? A lot of these videos are everybody's video. I mean, you just get on the internet and search. These people just make it easier, right? They're all public use stuff. Everything that you come across on the internet. It's not like, other than maybe like World Star. You know what I'm saying? They're specified, but generally most of these sites, they go, because what I've noticed is, like, I know people find ways of sourcing this stuff different ways, and I've kind of, like, say, found maybe a thing or two. Because there's actually a couple of accounts I follow on Instagram and other ones, and they'll have all the same videos, but, you know, everybody just throws their little watermark on it. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. No violence. You ain't black. Am I a black man? Last time I checked, I was, but, you know, there are some people who, you know, who may say otherwise. So, you know, I probably had my black card taken away. So there's this thing going on in Arizona, right? With this lady, and I'm not Superman. I believe she's actually a Democratic senator. I'm not super into politics. I know some of the big names. Hey, be more careful. Oh yeah, I have that in the thing. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, everybody participating in that. Like, what the fuck was going on, right? Matter of fact, let's just pull that up. Let me put my handy dandy headset on. I don't know why my eyes are like something in. I don't know what the fuck is going on. This lady right here, and and the little, I don't know what it is in the middle. I don't want to misgender. Oh, I got some crazy misgendering stuff for y'all today. I don't know. Like, this thing just really got real crazy real fast. So give me just a moment, because okay, that's what happened. Okay, yeah, it got real crazy real fast, right? Because it's just like these chicken. They sound like a bunch of chickens to me, right? It sounds like a bunch like a fucking chicken fight, like I don't know, like they're fucking attacking. You know, when the chickens unify and they find like one thing that they're all going after. I don't know. I'm not a farmer, so don't ask me what the fuck I'm talking about. But it just sounds like a bunch of chickens getting riled up and extremely angry, right? So it's just like, what is going on? Why is this happening? But yeah, so there's that. You know, I had to bring out my boy. He asked if I was black. Well, Honcho didn't vote for me, so I say he's not black. Those are just my thoughts about it. I'm going to sleep now. You know, I love to see this at a rally. I actually paid this lady to go. I don't want to misgender her. So, you know, if you're not non-binary, if you don't vote for me. Anyway, but yeah, just look at this shit, right? Because I'm trying to figure out, like, what is the purpose? What is the point? Like, so you go to cause disrupt. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you have a lot of these people who have no real purpose, point, reason for what they do. They just want to go annoy people, right? These were people who were not loved as children or something. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know why they do it. It's not really violent, right? And so, like, they're out there just making a bunch of noise. Like, but see, here's the thing, right? Because you'd have swore that a Trump rally is a Klan rally, and they'd have got her and they'd have hung her and they would have set her on fire, tarred and feather or some shit, right? Like, it's an annoyance, and that's what I'm saying. Now, I'm gonna say it because I see it. Let's just be honest. None of these people involved are the most attractive people you've ever seen in the United States. But hey, what do I know? I'm Sleepy Joe. All right, what else we got? Oh, I gotta play it one more time. Just that noise. Now the noise is fucking stuck in my head. And now I want to hear it again for some reason. This would be a great alarm to wake up to. It would definitely get you up early in the morning. I mean, this guy just like joined. He's like, what is going on here? Why is this happening? Why are y'all even participating in these shenanigans? Right? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's all craziness to me. But hey, we get to watch it and not be in it, so that makes us better than everybody. And then they're doing like some kind of crazy Indian. This makes everybody look bad. Like, see, like, because this sign, you would think, like, and I need to see what the person holding the sign is doing. Because they speak openly, disagree. Well, I guess it says honestly. I'm assuming that's what it says, and then pursue solidarity. Yeah, there you go. Speak openly, disagree honestly, and pursue solidarity. Right? And it seems to be an older lady. And she's just enjoying the show. She's just there making noise. Like, what is your purpose of being there? Like, what did you go in hopes of achieving? Other than nothing. I'm just going to go upset the rally by making noise and looking stupid. So, like, you're really making the people that you represent, all the multi-intersectional categories that I'm sure that individual labels himself as, you're making them all look dumb because you went to go do nothing. Your whole point was to do nothing, just to disrupt. And that's what it makes it look like all the rest of the people who are involved in those particular groups are doing, just attending, saying things, doing things simply to disrupt. That's it, right? So, again, you know, it is what it is. But it's very unfortunate this is the route that we've chosen to go, right? I just got a bad idea. I just got a very, very bad idea. Yes. So, Don't mind me. I'm gonna make things a whole lot worse. What's going on? Tell me what's going on. So anyway, next video. Let's see. This is something I haven't heard the full thing of this, but the way it started, like the first few seconds, it sounds like a lie.
I had to tell you about this encounter I just had with a Trumper. So there's this new guy at work.
This is a lie. But boy, I'd fix her a drink. I'd fix her a drink right now.
He's mid-50s, white, male, and he's the only unvaccinated person at work. And we are all Democrats until he arrived. And then we realized that he was a Trumper because his wallpaper on his phone is a picture of Donald Trump. We have been commenting about that, but he doesn't know, of course, and he doesn't know who I am. I only have 40,000 followers here, thank you by the way, but on my main account, which is in Spanish, I have almost 200,000. So he doesn't know who I am, and everyone knows what I do because...
Oh, she's a celebrity. We should be honored to be in her presence. We should be honored at the fact that she's one to talk to, even in English, right? Wow, this is amazing. Such a kind soul. You don't know who I am. How dare you not know me? I'm a TikToker. Goofy broad.
I do a lot of research while I'm at work. So this morning I walked in and I say, "Good morning, how you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm fine." And then he comes to me and he's like, "Are you the writer?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, they told me that you're a writer." And I'm like, "Oh yes, I am. I'm a screenwriter." And he's like, "Oh, and I also heard that you're into politics. We're gonna have a lot to talk about." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm kind of like a personality online when it comes to politics." And then he says, "Well, I do not really have a political party affiliation, but I vote for the person, not the political party." And I'm like, "That's good." And he's like, "Yeah, I like to vote for whoever's going to put more money on my pocket." And I'm like, "Oh, so you vote Democrat?" I swear, this was his face. And then he says, "Not necessarily." And I'm like, "Well, Republicans stopped caring about we, the people, a long time ago, especially with Donald Trump." And this was his face. While I channeled my Paola Bracho alter ego.
This was story worthy. Okay. I really gotta start watching these things. I guess, whatever. You know, if that's the depth of your politics, I guess I'm not missing out on much.
I find it outstanding that my friend thinks I want to go to lunch with my other friend who is Latina.
No,
after
that
I know
next.
she voted for Trump. I can't do that. My friend was like, "It's just a matter of difference of opinion." Difference of opinion? No. It's about right or wrong. It's about having morals or not having morals.
Now, take it from somebody who has all the morals in the world, right? I got morals, okay? What happened to the morals whenever, what was the young lady's name? Tara Reid, I believe, came out. And what happened to believe all women? And it was sweeping under the rug. Let's not talk about it. Let's not address that. But y'all gave a shit about a damn adult film star whose job was to get paid for friskifying on the camera, right? But that was important to y'all. The person whose job was, because y'all wanted to hear about interactions in which it was consensual between two adults. The only stuff that y'all pulled up was all the consensual stuff, right? He made a statement that was true, because when you are a man in certain positions, women let you do things that they don't necessarily do for other men, right? But women like power. They're attracted to power, right? I'm not going to even sit here and say not all. But anyway, take it from a guy like me, I know, right? So, again, they looked for all this. They tried to run with it. They tried to do everything they could with it. But when that lady came out with timestamps and all those things, sweep it under the rug, they took the vague accusations against, what's his name, Kavanaugh, and made a whole ordeal about it. But right and wrong, right? Okay, let's hear what else she has to say.
Difference of opinion is I prefer scrambled eggs with cheese, and you prefer eggs over easy. That's a difference of opinion. You know what? Any choice is fine.
Let me tell you how she's a bad decision. This bitch is recording TikToks while driving. She's a danger to society. Like you're about to get somebody killed so you can try to express some stupid fucking point that nobody cares about, and you're the wrong one. Like, that's the problem, is everybody wants everybody to be of one fucking belief, right? Doesn't work that way. That doesn't do it right or wrong. You're entitled to feel how you want to feel. It doesn't matter if you want to vote for Harambe. I guess it's stupid, but you can do what you want to. Like, people feel like that just because you voted for the orange guy, that you're a terrible person. But then nobody looks into the history of the guy they just voted for, right? Who's been much worse over a much more extended period of time as he's been in politics his entire career. But everything gets swept under the rug. A lot of these people only watch the mainstream. And the mainstream told him it was bad, bad, bad. He was bad. He's bad, bad, bad. And this guy over here, he's all right. He's not too bad. He likes women, and he even has a black lady backing him up. So he must be really a good guy. But nobody really listened to the facts. Nobody really paid attention. Everything they accused of the old guy about, the new guy has actually done. I don't understand it. Right? So let's get it.
It doesn't hurt anyone. But choosing Trump, which is actually hurtful to people, and especially people of color, absolutely.
Who are the people? What is this people of color shit? This POC shit, like, it annoys me the more I hear people of color. When niggas was getting called colored and getting the separate fucking washrooms and fucking water fountains and all that other shit, this was not a title anybody else was embracing. It wasn't like, yeah, we're colored people too. Yeah, we're standing for civil rights, all those colored people. No, now, because you got a fucking smartphone and a TikTok account, you're standing in solidarity. Shut the fuck up.
Not ready to forgive. I don't know how you guys feel about it, and how are you guys doing with your friendships? Let me know.
Yeah, you're just a bitter old bitch. That sounds like a you problem. Anywho, next. Because I want to get into this thing. There's like this thing about this senator, right? And I really want to get into it because it's super funny. It's super duper funny. Well, it's not funny. It's actually kind of fucked up, but we'll get there in a second. I want to know your thoughts on this.
This behind me is St. George's Wharf in London. This pathway that I'm on is public space, but this park, if you can call that a park, isn't. It is for the use of the residents only, but as you can see, there are no residents in the park because it's a shit park. And yet, I can guarantee that this park fulfills perfectly its role. It adds value to the surrounding properties, not by providing a pleasant space for the residents, but by asserting the exclusiveness of this complex. The only function of this area is to be a marker of social segregation. It makes the residents feel superior, and it sends the message to everyone else that they're not worthy of that space. This is one of the many ways in which the space can be violent in this country and reinforce and affirm social segregation.
So they come up with these terms, these fucking stupid stuff. Social segregation. Look, some people got money, some people don't. Some people have more money than others, right? Some people want to use that to their benefit. Some people pay taxes. Some people's taxes go to their benefit. Some people buy or rent or whatever, lease, whatever you call it, same shit, buildings, land, whatever it may be, because they want that space. They want to have that separation from society. Everything, I should put that shirt on. Everything is not for fucking everybody. You want to use that shit part with your goofy fucking face. Look like goddamn. Anyway, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You want to use that fucking park so bad, go get a fucking apartment or whatever that is over there, and you can use it. Because you can have anybody's coming over here, and if I spend a certain amount of money for this particular piece of property, right, I don't want it to lose value. So if you just let any Sally, Sue, and Susie, I don't know, Sue and Susie might, that's probably, I didn't work on that one. But just come, fuck around and just wander in your park, loiter in your park. We know people's natural habits are dirty, filthy. And then these people who don't live here, who don't pay for the upkeep of the park, who don't do anything, they litter it and they fuck it up. They fucking leave their trash there, let the little shitty kids do all kind of stupid stuff in the park. They fucking let their dogs shit in the park and don't clean it up. Like, that's what people do. And who has to bear the cost of that? The people who actually live there. The people who don't want their fucking little park to be a fucking, what's that shit? What's the fucking Times Square full of fucking people? Because they would like to have a place, and that's part of the rent. Hey, I have a little area to myself. But this guy, obviously can't afford it, and he's mad about it. So he makes this big word salad about as to why it's not right, and this is social segregation. Well, it's just called get your money right. You can do whatever the fuck you want to, and not cry, and not look like a fucking sideshow Bob. Y'all like Louis? That music is fitting. I would like that job. Like, just let me be the guy that removes people from the place they're not supposed to be. Just like people who go streaking on fields and shit. Or I guess people who randomly put their stupid fucking messages in Louis Vuitton fashion shows. Like, what do you really think that does? Like streaking, I get it. Like streaking at a big fucking Super Bowl or some shit like that, and you're like advertising something, definitely draws attention. But I don't know where this fashion show was exactly. Say it's in New York, say it's in America, or a fat ass country. You think our fat ass is gonna stop fucking eating this? Consumption. I'm actually hungry right now thinking about it. Like, get the fuck out of here, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, go champion your own cause. We're trying to fucking convert people into your stupid ass beliefs. You just do what you're supposed to do, and if it works, then people will say congratulations to you and continue doing whatever the fuck they're doing. Let me see. Got it. Actually, I need to find a better way of marking these things. All right, so here's this. Oh, actually, we got this one, right? And then I want to show y'all some of this shit.
The reason we have so much discrimination in the world today is because you feed your children animal products. From birth, we're taught that certain animals, like pets, should be loved and cared for, but then these animals over here, cows, pigs, chickens, and fish, should be tortured and murdered. We don't question these sorts of things when we're taught this as a child. If you're told a lie enough times, it becomes your reality. Teaching this to kids is the root of all discrimination that we see in the world. Just imagine if we taught our children to treat all animals fairly and not to treat certain beings or species differently just because they might look a bit different from us or they're not as intelligent. If we teach humans not to discriminate based on species, we would 100% see far less discrimination amongst our own species as humans. People always say that we should worry about our own species before we start worrying about the animals. But we've got it all backwards. Let's stop indoctrinating our future generations to discriminate between species, and then maybe we can fix some of the things that we see between humans today. The reason we have so much discrimination in the world today is because you feed your children animal products. From birth, we're taught that certain animals, like pets, should be loved and cared for, but then these animals over here, cows, pigs, chickens, and fish, should be tortured and murdered.
Let's be honest. The animals that we keep as pets taste like shit. Okay? And they're probably not that good. We're feeding them fucking filler all the fucking kibbles and bits and shit. They probably taste like trash. They probably taste like fucking cardboard. Like, we've been filling all this shit all these years. Those animals taste like shit, right? Let's be honest. Most dogs aren't that meaty. Cats, they're kind of scrawny. I mean, there's a couple of them. And Persians, they're like all hair though. So they're not. There's like not really a lot of meat on them. What else do you keep as pet? Hamsters too small. Make some nuggets out of them or something. Like so, all like the fucking animals you're talking about, and we keep as pets. They do other more important stuff besides getting ate. They like, I don't know. They're cool. They get all friendly and loving. Some other animals taste really good. They're fucking fat. You feed a lot of people off of one, and you know, hey, that's what they're there for. See, nobody had a problem. Nobody had a problem with the fucking Native Americans. I want to see somebody go to like a Native American reservation and just tell them how much their ancestors were pieces of shit for fucking following the buffalo everywhere and eating them and killing them. I would like to know if there's been a PETA meeting at any Indian reservation. I'm just curious, right? Some of your ancestors were pieces of shit. You fucking hunted buffalo. The buffalo were just minding their business, and you stalked them, and you killed them, and you used all their like, what the fuck, right? I mean, this shit is fucking dumb. Let's just talk about how our fucking prehistoric ancestors were trash. It's fucking cavemen, fucking out there hunting woolly mammoths. Woolly mammoth was just out there being woolly, looking like a whole snuffleupagus. Well, why do we love snuffleupagus, and why do we treat the woolly mammoth like shit? You know? We wouldn't discriminate against each other. That guy's logic is fucking stupid to me, right? Discriminate against the animals. That's why we discriminate against each other. You're a fucking goofball. I'm gonna be honest. Just look at this face. Look at this face. You know what? Hold on. Let me make sure I got my dilly dally. Look at this face. This is a face only a mother could love. See this face right here? This is a face only an intern could love. Heyo. I have too much fucking time on my hands. All right. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So like the thing I was saying with this senator that's going on, right? Again, I don't know the full story, but I saw a bunch of these videos and I'm just like, wow, this is really crazy. Because it's a bunch of fucking illegal immigrants harassing this lady, right? And eventually, you know, we said that the left will eat their own, right? So let's kind of get into it. Let's start off with, there's a bunch, man. There's really quite a bit. I want to make sure I'm getting the right thing. I think it started off here, okay? I think this is where the whole situation started. Kind of a couple of minute long video, so I'm gonna let them just roll. Unless I see something crazy, then I have to speak on it.
Okay, I'll be back.
Sit down, we want to talk to you real quick. We want to talk to you real quick.
Hi, actually, I am heading out.
But right now is a real moment that our people need in order for us to be able to talk about what's really happening. We need a Build Back Better plan right now.
And as workers, we need solutions, and the Build Back Better plan has the solutions that we need.
We knocked on doors for you to get you elected, and just how we got you elected, we can get you out of office if you don't support what you promised us.
We need 7 million citizenship for 7 million. We need the Build Back Better plan right now.
My name is Blanca. I was brought here to the United States when I was 3 years old. And in 2010, my grandparents both got deported because of SB 1070. And I'm here because I definitely believe that we need a pathway to citizenship. My grandfather passed away 2 weeks ago, and I was not able to go to Mexico and visit him because there is no pathway to citizenship. And if we have the opportunity to pass it right now, then we need to do it because there's millions of undocumented people just like me who share the same story or even worse things that happen to them because of SB 1070.
I'll be honest, you're not wearing a mask. You're not wearing it properly. Bill Clinton doesn't approve. You know, you need to, if you're gonna preach about your bills and you're building back better and your SB skateboard shoes, you're gonna have to put a mask on. That's the only way we can have this conversation, right? That's what y'all on, right?
and because of anti-immigrant legislation. And this is the opportunity to pass it right now, and we need you to.
So here's my thing, right? Like, I said I was going to try to let it play. It's hard for me to take, especially young motherfuckers, seriously. Old motherfuckers, I guess they were doing this too. Why is your phone on and in your face? Why are you sitting here recording yourself more than likely to show that you're doing a thing? Right? Like, one, it's kind of one thing if somebody else is recording you, fine, whatever. But like, are you recording yourself or are you reading off your phone? You know, it just like, to me, it just makes me like, I don't give a shit. And again, it's unfortunate, right? Because I know there are lots of people who are dealing with certain issues in this country. And in this situation where, you know, again, you were promised something, but it's kind of your own fault. You know what I mean? You voted for these people, thought that they were going to do things for you. And, well, you've been had, you know, and you should have known that you were supporting a group of liars. Anyway, carry on.
We need to hold you accountable to what you told us, what you promised us that you were going to pass when we knocked on doors for you. It's not right.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor of human trafficking, and it's because of the lack of worker protections that we don't have in the gig economy. I need you to stand by workers.
Whoa. The gig economy, right? I participate in the gig economy, right? So I think it's kind of, well, I don't know what her story is, right? Like, are you out door dashing and somebody snatched you up or something? Like, are you out there Ubering and somebody just like, you, give me your car, we're going over here. Like, what, I mean, I don't know. Like, what does the gig economy have to do with you being a survivor of human trafficking? That's what I'm curious about.
Lots of people who are like me, who became homeless and ended up in human trafficking right within 6 months of not having the ability to make money. Will you support the Build Back Better plan?
All right, so that's like the first part of it, right? Like harassing this lady.
Within 6 months of not having the ability to make money. Will you support the Build Back Better plan so that we can have justice and solutions that we need for immigration, labor, climate change?
Pass the bill.
Build Back Better, pass the bill! 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 Build Back Better, pass the bill!
Undocumented!
What does this fucking do for you? What does this do? Hey, they're out there chanting again. Let them chant. Let's watch Netflix. Like, you're fucking chanting and all your anger, all this. That shit doesn't do anything, doesn't mean anything to anybody. Like, and what happens, we've seen when you get too close to these people and they feel uncomfortable, they let you know where your place on the totem pole is, right? And yes, you did all your time wasting and all these things. We campaigned for you. We did this for you. She doesn't even know your fucking name, okay? She has no idea who you are and does not give a shit, as you can clearly see. But that's what happens when you go out there and you put your faith in politicians, right? You just think they're going to save your life. If you're not doing it for yourself, no politician ever will, okay? So it's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. These chances suck.
Undocumented!
I'm not afraid!
Undocumented!
I'm not afraid!
Now, undocumented, unafraid. We just heard two stories where they were basically talking about being in fear, right? Like, both of them basically just talked about, I was fearful because I was in the gig economy and, I lost a lot and, I got human traffic. That's a fear thing that you don't want that to happen again. The other one said she couldn't travel to Mexico to come back because she was afraid that she would end up stuck in Mexico, right? Those are fears. So you're talking about undocumented, unafraid, and clearly you're undocumented and very afraid. And I'm not saying that to necessarily be funny, just that doesn't make any sense to me. Anywho.
Unafraid!
Build back better!
That's the bill!
Build back better!
Back the bill!
Build back better!
That's the bill!
Build back better!
That's the bill!
I am
Somebody!
I deserve!
I was gonna say a really I'm gonna say a really bad joke. You're somebody? Well, show me your ID. Somebody, whoever you may be.
I deserve
Citizenship!
citizenship!
Right here!
Right here!
Right now!
Right now!
Mother!
My father!
It's somebody!
Is somebody?
Was he crying like a big old baby back bitch? He sound like he's fucking losing it, bro. Oh, this is sad. Yeah, very sad. Anyway, let's finish this out because there's more.
She deserves!
And she deserves
Citizenship!
citizenship!
Right here!
Right here!
Right now! Right now!
Build back
Better!
Like when you obviously have nothing to do, like I guess they figured we're gonna corner her, we're gonna tell her a bunch of stuff, we're gonna tell her our story, we're gonna chant, and she's gonna give us citizenship right now. Like I don't think she has the power to do that. And, and even if she did sit here and say, yeah, I'm gonna do that, I'll do that. What are you gonna do? Shut up? You're gonna harass? Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna try to make somebody support something that they clearly don't support, right? Miss Thang, what's the motherfucking deal? The filters, oh, it's a secret. It's a little secret. It's a well-known little secret. I'm just over here having fun with it because it is very enjoyable for whatever reason. I didn't even know some of these filters existed. I just started thinking about stuff while these people were talking. Yes, that was a Bill filter that I had to Biden on earlier. I had a Bill Cosby one on earlier. I want to bring the Bill Cosby back. But like, what did they think she was going to do? Obviously, at a point, there's a point where you have to realize you've been had. Okay, are those Crocs? But it's unfortunate because again, I do understand their plight. I understand, hey, if you were born here and you kind of without rights, or you spent most of your life here, and you feel like your opportunities are limited. That there's always a possibility you get sent back to a place that you're not even really familiar with because you spent your entire life in America. Like, I understand all these things, and so I'm trying to keep this within a window of promises and lies, right? And we're keeping this all on the left because we have those of us who are independent, those of us who are more right-leaning, have nothing to do with this, right? Because I believe this lady is a Democratic senator. They went in, these people campaigned for her election. So they felt like they were going to get something out of all this hard work and this door knocking. And, now they feel like they've been had. They feel like she's left them high and dry. So it's very unfortunate. Let's finish this now. There's some more going on here, like after this lady at every angle possible.
Pass the bill! Build back better! Pass the bill! Build back better! Pass the bill! Build back better! Pass the bill!
We'll be back! We'll be back!
We'll be back! We'll be back!
See, now y'all make it seem like a joke, right? Y'all can't even coordinate yourselves, right?
Fuck yeah.
You're snickering and all giggly about it. Fuck yeah. See, they feel empowered from nothing. Nothing you accomplished
within 6
absolutely
months
nothing.
of not having the ability.
It's like, I get it, but you're gonna have to be much more strategic about, the way you plan this stuff. And again, these people are basically undocumented. Some of them illegal. Let me see. I think this might be a continuation of the same video, but from a different angle.
Will you support the Build Back Better plan so that we can have justice and solutions that we need for immigration, labor, climate change?
Pass the bill. Build back better. Pass the bill. Build back better. Pass the bill. Build back better.
Same shit, just different angle. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's like, it's super crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is. But like, what results do you expect to accomplish by trying? If anything, they feel more threatened, right? Like, there's just, it's human nature. And again, I don't think you're going to make them fold. Hey, you know, 3 or 4 students harassed me and started chanting. One of these ladies might not have used to. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, and shout out to Libs of TikTok for all the research. These are like, no, this woman here is old. Look how old she is. She's an older woman. Oh, look at this angle, right? And these are all older people. She has gray hairs going on. Look, okay. I'm not hating on anybody with gray hairs, okay? So, whatever. And I knew a kid one time, he was like in 7th grade, and he had a head full of gray hair. I think he had a stressed out life. But look at this lady, right? I'm trying to bring it back just a little bit. This is a grown woman. This is an older grown woman, right? And she's kind of out here performing childish like antics. Like, what do you think this is going to get you? What do you think this is going to achieve that you're going to benefit from? I'm curious. Let me see if we can get another one from a different angle if we see any more of these characters. I don't want to hear all the same stuff again. It's just, like I said, it's just a different angle. See, and again, some of these people are saying stuff they don't really want to be seen. They don't want to. I think this is also from similar situation, different angle. Yeah. So, yeah, that's better. See, hold on. See, like right there, that's a no-no, right? I guess one thing, when you like crowding up on it like that and doing all that shit, like, yes, okay, this one they went to the bathroom. All right, so this was actually the first part, and I guess the other one was the follow-up. It's like, it would have, see, but then it would have been terrible. Like, what if she really needed to poop? Like, what if she really needed to poop? She's like, oh, I really want to go, but I know this is going to go viral. And so she's there like, and she starts spraying some playing music on her phone or something. Bloop. Anyway, that's disgusting, but it's kind of funny. So it's like, anywho, let's get away from that. And here's the one I really want to get to involving this lady. And I think this will be all of our political woke stuff this evening. Oh, this is huge.
Senator, hello, how are you?
Hey.
Good? Sorry, I'm Karina. I don't know if you remember me.
Nope.
I just want to know if you can commit, as my senator, if you can commit to passing a reconciliation that could provide a pathway to citizenship for immigrants. We have been waiting for this for too long, and I just need to know if you can commit to passing a budget reconciliation that would include immigration and citizenship for people to be protected, like me and many others. Can you commit to that?
This is on an airplane.
I'm just asking you a simple question. I'm being vulnerable right now to you. My dad passed away. You know, but my dad passed away. My dad passed away last year, and he didn't get.
This is the same chick, I think. And so this is like multiple occasions that this lady must be like stalking her, right? No, actually, I think the other one said grandpa, so this might actually be a different chick. Yes, I am a man, so yes, I am admiring the view. What? Yeah, she got my vote. What was her platform again? But no, my thing is, Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they just say stuff, right? Yeah, exactly. I appreciate all of her hard work and tracking the senator down. Yes, continue. Matter of fact, you just get out of the way. We just. All right. But you know, like, come on, man. Like, there's a point where people should expect some level of privacy. But, you know, in public, you're a public official. People feel a certain way, like they should have access to you at all times. But this is not the right channel going through. Shonda, how are you doing this evening? What's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, it's like, come on, man. What are you really doing? Like, what? And the thing is, I wonder how much of this is for concern, how much of this is for clout. Like, yeah, you have something to gain from it, but like, how many people want to be the next, you know, AOC or something? Let me put myself in one of these situations, look like I'm really caring about it. Let me get the visual out there. Let me put my name out there. Let people know I'm doing stuff for the people, so I go viral, so I can get supported, so I can get financially funded. Like, I wonder how much of this is self-serving, how much of this is truly genuine. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, but it's just like, you know, where does this all lead to?
Reunite with my family. I don't want to disturb you, but at the same time,
I don't want to disturb you, but I'm disturbing you.
I just want to see if I can get a commitment from you, Senator. This is my life and the life of millions in the line.
I want you to make a pledge right here, right? It's like a fucking telethon. Look, hey, did I catch you at the wrong time? Well, anyway, I need you to make a pledge. Like, who are you? Like, who are you? Right? Like, who are you to even, like, again, and I get it, you're one of you're a constituent, right? And you want something from your elected official, but like, who are you to think that, you know, this is the method, this is going to work, this is going to be, you know, this is going to be successful for me to interrupt this person who's obviously, maybe not obviously, but, you know, doing some sort of business in their own private lives or whatever it may be. This is not the time and or place. There's channels for this, but you choose to circumvent all of those channels because you feel like, you know, you're more important than everything else that's going on. So it's my money and I want it now.
I just need to hear from you. Can we get a commitment from you to get a pathway to citizenship through the path of reconciliation to protect me and millions like me? Can I get a commitment from you? All right, Senator. Either you don't want to respond. Thanks for your time. I was trying to just asking a question.
Oh, okay. Did you have a question?
Yeah, what is that?
Did somebody ask you?
No, I just asked them.
Did somebody help you?
Yeah.
So I wear my mask too in public places. Again, like, I wonder if she was in like first class and this lady just like came to the little thing and she's all like, why y'all getting snacks and shit up here? Why y'all getting all the good foods? All I got was some fucking peanuts. Now I'm really offended. But again, it's super crazy, super unfortunate. And you know, I hate that it's happening. All right, so as y'all may or may not have noticed, like, I have been consuming a whole lot of water. So I'm gonna put a quick Honcho hiatus on. Give me just a a moment, and then I'll be right back in after these commercial messages. And then we've got a couple of little crazy things to watch. We'll open up the lines, we'll talk, and we'll count down to Far Cry. So, yeah. mic is loud, but the music's not loud. So any of y'all watch that Squid Game? Don't say nothing about it. Just yes or yay or nay. Because I'm barely on episode like 3, I think. And I'm being honest, I only watched it. I was in the barbershop the other day. And I've been hearing all about it. And then, so the dude put the shit on. And then like everybody came in, oh, it's this Squid Game. Like, God damn, am I really like on the outside looking into everything? Am I really just out of the loop? Like, am I not paying attention to things anymore? Like, I need to be. All right. So like I said, I'm starting to separate topics and we'll kind of keep them all together. So I'll give y'all, we'll pick one more topic this evening to kind of get on. That was under my quote unquote political vids. So we need to do the gender conversation. We can do race-based conversation. That's not enough videos in that folder. So we got jab conversation, race-based conversation, or gender. So gender, jab, or race. Which one would you guys prefer? I have no idea what's going on with the Barry Washington story. I don't even know who that is. I have been out of the loop. I guess it would be nice to have a pen to write things down. I'll have to find out. Is he related to Denzel in any way? I still gotta make that viewer discretion thing. I mean, like, that's not that I'm cramming too much, but it's like transitioning from one thing to another by day. I gotta get better at that. Switching shit up. All right, well then if nobody wants to pick, then I shall pick. We're gonna go with the woke gender weird shit, so be prepared. Oh yeah, we are going with this because there's something we gotta see. So apparently a thing happened at Sonic. I like going to Sonic because I fucks with their tater tots. But apparently this thing happened and we'll let y'all decide for yourselves.
Why does it matter?
Oh, it doesn't matter to you. But to me, I'm a male. Okay?
Okay.
So, what are you? So I can call you a sir or ma'am. What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
What are you?
I'm assuming from hearing this shit, and I haven't seen the individual involved, but now I'm looking at the screen name, Eden Torres. I don't think names like Eden generally go with like Hispanic last names, so we can stereotype all we want to. This is the den, right? Oh, and it happened in Texas. So says trans people deal with discrimination every day by choice. Today this happened to me. The staff saw my name on my credit card and chose to be aggressively transphobic. Bunch of hashtags. We'll just watch the rest of the video.
What would you assume looking at me?
I assume that you're a man.
Miss Meat, how are you? How are you doing, Miss Meat? It's always good to see you. We still need to link up and do a video sometime. You know, it's been a while. I haven't heard from you in a minute, so I hope all is well. I hope things are going good, as well as they possibly can go. I mean, you do live near Atlanta, so there's that. But I hope things are going well for you.
Okay?
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I didn't even... I'm over here looking at the chat. I did not realize what just took... Oh my God. Oh, no. I like this channel. I don't want to get it canceled. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Good grief. Oh, damn it. Damn it, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Whew. gather myself here. Okay, let me get myself under control. I don't know what's happening. Nah, this didn't come out that good. We'll try another one. All right, let's finish the video.
Okay?
Thank you. Whatever.
I think he tried to be polite. I don't know if there's more related videos to this. I don't know if that was the first or the second. I might have had them backwards. Oh my God.
Correct?
I would like you to promise me that you will stop treating trans people this way.
How I'm treating you. I'm treating.
See, what is with these people and these promises? Can you promise? Can you, make a pledge? Can you? That's a psychological thing, right? Because especially if you're like an honorable person and you say these things, then you're going to follow through with that. That's why they use certain terms. That's why they use certain phrases. This is how they get you, even if you're not a person who believes in certain shit or supports certain shit. This is how they get you to, fall into some of these things, right? Like, the man may not genuinely know. Like, this may be the first time he's ever had this situation. And, it's just like, so he's just trying to figure out the proper thing. He may not, this may not be something that he deals with very often, right? So I don't know. I'm just saying, look, let him make it. I got that fucking color on. Damn it, I want that shit would have been real fun. Anyway, let's follow through with the rest of this video.
You bad? And I'm doing it?
Your staff.
And I'm doing it.
Your staff.
They're not doing that, man.
Yes, they were.
Okay, well, no. I mean, like I said, your name on the credit card is a feminine name?
No.
Exactly. They're not discriminating you.
Yes,
no,
they
not.
are. Because someone else could be paying.
By you handing the card.
I'm sorry. If someone else was sitting here, that was a man, and I handed them that card, they would not have said anything. But because I'm alone, they're going to be an asshole and discriminate against me and be transphobic.
See? Nobody's transphobic like you're saying.
No,
Nobody
that is what's happening.
No, that's how you...
Why do they over-accentuate this? Nobody talks like that. Anyway, so one, this person just defeated their own logic because obviously the problem was that they were confused about it being a masculine name on a card. And if you, what is the term, presented as female, or maybe appeared to be female, maybe they were just trying to make sure it wasn't some type of fraud or some type of situation like that going on, because credit card fraud and things like that are rampant these days, right? So all they were trying to do was make sure that it was okay. But then this person says, well, if a man was sitting, well, then the assumption might be that that was that man's name, right? So you just said that it wasn't a feminine name on there, but you presented yourself as a feminine person, that it was a masculine name on the credit card. So that means that if there was a man in the car, they would probably assume that it was his. So that's probably why the questions would not be asked. Again, if anything, he was complimenting you, right? He's like, oh, that's a woman in the car. This is a dude's car. That can't be right. This doesn't go together. But instead, you're mad saying you're getting transphoberized because they inquired about the card, right? Because it was the man's name on the card, and you obviously whatever. So this is terrible. You obviously do something a little bit different, right? So if anything, you're kind of invalidating your own argument, seeking attention. Like, it's a very unfortunate situation. You can't win, no matter what, right?
Actually, not how I feel.
Yes, you are.
There's a
you're
difference.
Doing this because of that.
No, there's a difference.
Because I mean, like in my sexuality, whatever it is, and I feel confident of who I am.
I'm not
what I am.
talking about sexuality.
That's what you're just telling me.
You don't even know what we're talking about.
So how can you tell me I don't know what I'm talking about? We're talking about gender identity. You're talking about sexuality.
Okay.
There's a difference.
What are you? So I can call you. What are you?
No.
What are you? Just
Why
tell me
does
what
it
are
matter?
you. No, no. What are you?
Why does it matter?
What are you? Because
Why does it matter?
Oh, it doesn't matter to you. But to me, I'm a male. Okay?
Okay.
So, what are you? So I can call you a sir or ma'am. What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
I assume that you're a man. Okay?
If you smell what the Rock
Thank you. Whatever.
is cooking. Oh, so I might be missing a piece. That was part 2.
Correct?
I would like you to promise me that you will stop treating trans people this way.
How I'm treating you? I'm treating you bad? And I'm doing
You're-
it? That's right.
I mean, I'll pull...
And why you want to record me?
Because your entire staff has been calling me sir.
Okay, you want to park?
Why don't you tell me what we can do now?
No, because I can do the same thing with you.
Okay, but your entire staff has been calling me sir. The entire time.
Okay.
What about me looks like a sir right now?
Well, I have a few thoughts on that.
Okay?
Okay. Can we please move to the side?
No. What?
Look, I'm sorry, and I apologize for what happened. Okay, if they did that, or I'm sorry. What else can I tell you? now, what else can I tell you?
What?
If you're can we please move to the
If
side?
I'm a what? If I'm a what?
Anything. Okay, don't try to put any words in my mouth. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Look.
This man is giving it all these guys. He's trying
If
so
they call
hard.
you a sir, I don't know what they did that.
Because they saw the name on my credit card and they were not being nice people.
Well, I mean, they saw your name on the credit card. What do you want?
So, right there, right? They saw the name on the credit card. And so this person has identified the problem themselves, right? They're saying, I saw the name on the credit card, and so they called me sir because it's a man's name on the credit card, right? And so they're just not being nice people because you presented a man's name on a credit card. And if it's your credit card, then, you know, who knows, right? And here's the thing, like, too, because we watch these videos all the time, right? With somebody's this and somebody's that, and somebody identifies as this and that, right? And there's gender fluid. Like, you can pull this shit off anytime you fucking want to and cause this big offensive situation, right? Because this is what happens with the people who are fluid. Well, right now I feel like a man. I feel like, so if I pull in Sonic with my rubber bands on my wrist and they don't see the rubber bands I have on my wrist and I'm feeling real fluid right now, I can just go, well, I'm presenting as a man right now, or this is what I'm saying. Like, it's not on other people, especially people who ain't your friends, your fucking family, who don't give a shit about you. You know, this is just business transactions. If you don't like it, then don't do business here anymore, right? Like, this is the fucking problem, because you flip the script or you do some other different shit, you throw a wig on, anybody gets to be whatever the fuck you want. You ain't gotta throw the wig on. You just say, I feel like I'm presenting. I got some, where's my damn Soft Sports wristband? I'm switching my Soft Sports color. I'm presenting differently in this moment. We saw the video where the motherfucker said that every few minutes they change up. Throughout the day, they just never know. All of a sudden, Mikey comes on. Now I'm Melissa. Now I'm Mike. Like, who's supposed to know how? Like, who the fuck is supposed to keep track of your issues, right? And this is what happens when we stop looking at these situations that are mental difficulties and addressing them as such, and then start trying to embrace them. It's people who do not have control of their own feelings, actions, whatever. And then everybody else is supposed to accommodate that. Therefore, we all go crazy. Right, we're all living in a crazy world. I choose not to play the game.
What do you want them to tell you?
That has nothing to do with it. There could be someone in the back that they don't see that's paying.
Okay, man.
So why would they intentionally do that? Can you tell me what your location has done to be trans competent? Because clearly they are not.
Ma'am, believe me, you know, whatever you're saying or whatever you're trying to do with this,
I'm
I
not
understand.
trying to do anything.
Yes, because you're recording.
No, because?
Okay, you're recording. You want to put it on social media?
No,
Go ahead
because
and do
I
it.
have been faced with discrimination from your staff.
I'm so sorry that you feel discriminated.
Did they not give you your food? Did they not provide you with service? Did they? I don't know.
But I mean, we have employees here.
That what?
That I mean, that are gay. If you're saying that they are gay, I mean they're here. They work here.
So
And
I'm
I-
not
I-
gay.
I mean, I don't say that
We're
you
talking
are.
about my gender identity,
Okay, well,
not my sexuality.
Well, I mean, but like I said, I mean,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
look, okay, like I tell you, we don't need to discriminate anybody in here. Okay, I'm so sorry if you feel discriminate. That's why.
Poor guy, man. Poor guy. Ain't nobody got time for this shit. Why? Why is all of that stuff necessary, right? No, I'm laughing about the cake soap. Very unfortunate situation that this man is caught up in. But see, this is what I'm saying. This is what America is doing. You think they got this problem in China? No. So let's look at some of these. Let's look at the other side of the program. That's why I say it's a mental thing, right?
I'm just now internally asking myself in quite a worried way whether I might have made an error. I'm just...
When you take testosterone for 4 years, get top surgery, legally change your name and sex, and now all you can now think about is how badly you want to be a baby. You want to have babies and be a housewife. So brave. But I guarantee that this person has gotten more flack and been attacked more for this post than they've ever been for saying that they were transitioning or that they were switching over or doing anything like. I guarantee it's come from the same group that pretended to support their decision to do that. This is why I say it's a mental thing. Because this person felt this one way and then now all they can think about, right? You did all this other stuff. You were already that. Now all you want to think about is being what you were, what you naturally were. And now you can't really go back. You can kind of go back, but it's not going to be the same. It's a little bit different for the ladies than it is for the dudes, but still, there will be long-term things, right? It's very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. But see, all these TikToks, all these brave, proud, you're so this, you're so that, encouraging people to do all this stuff, right? Because they've never gotten this kind of attention because, you know, they opted out of normalcy at a much younger age or whatever you want to call it. And now, there's regrets. And there's a lot of others with regrets. That's why the self-exterminating, for those of us who want to use the the Squid Game terminology, the self-exterminating folks, that's why the numbers are so high, because they realize they made a mistake. They can't go back to what they were, and so they end up doing those kind of things. Not because of pressure from outside groups. Nobody else cares. Nobody else cares.
So I've always had really weird feelings about my gender identity. Since I was like 4 years old, I would say stuff like, I want to be a boy, I'm not a girl. And in early high school, I was really into like 2013, 2014 Tumblr. So I learned a lot about like gender fluidity and things like that.
Tumblr is what when wasn't kind of like, I think it was Verizon or whoever took over Tumblr, and then all the Tumblr people left Tumblr and went to Twitter, because Tumblr used to have all the crazy wild stuff because it was just crazy post anything on there. It was a lot of crazy stuff. And then they came to Twitter, and it's a crossover of a lot of weird shit, and that's when it really started spreading. Like, and that's when Twitter used to be like cool, and then and when all the Tumblr folks came, that's when it got real lame, because and then everything canceled. Oh, I'm harassed and I'm this, because they wanted to take over Twitter as like a safe space, I guess, as they used to think that Tumblr was. But I digress.
There, so I identified as like genderqueer when I was, in early high school. And then I also really heavily resonated with what a lot of trans men were saying online. And, I had this very apparent feeling like I wasn't good at being a girl and that I would just be happier being a boy. But then 5 years into being a trans man, I still felt incomplete. I started feeling regret. And so I detransitioned about a year ago, and I feel happier in my own skin than I've ever felt. Also realized that having biological kids was really important to me, so that was definitely a huge factor as well. So I've always had
Again, I guarantee this person has gotten more flack. Shout out Studio Mansion. Shout out to Cavity Creep. Ken, what's the motherfucking deal? And Joe S, what's the motherfucking deal? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, these people have gotten more flack, I guarantee, from that same community that embraced them in one direction when they were going one direction. Not like the group. Is that still even a group anymore? As they did, now that they decided that, hey, maybe I was in the right place in the first place. And, it is what it is. It's very sad, right? It's really sad. And again, like now, like how long does that voice last? And they said like the last 5 years they've been or something like that. I don't catch the timeline, but it's like, nah, yeah, I gotta have me some biological kid. Like now you're like in this weird space, right? Because you got this very voicey voice. And it's confusing. But again, there's enough strange individuals out there who will participate in the tomfoolery. But it is what it is, man. So, I guess lucky for them for seeing the light before it was too late or something. I don't know. But again, like I say, it's unfortunate that, people have to go through all that other stuff to realize that, hey, you know what, I was doing all right in the first place. These are people who are teaching your children. You figure it out. I want you to remember that MX, right? Because they use MXS, whatever MX is and all that. POV, you're the teacher, you're the trans teacher getting ready to corrupt young minds. I deserve tuition contest, teachers of TikTok's art teacher. All these things, right? All this stuff, right? Because they decided to opt out of society. They want society to opt into their beliefs. This is where we are. Like, a lot of these folks are the people who decided to give up before the game ever started, right? Somewhere along the line at a young age. And I think usually around that teenage years where you feel like, you're trying to figure yourself out and you figure out where your place is along the hierarchy, especially if you didn't have real good guidance. And you have those people who try to be, emo or goth or weird or whatever. I don't know if that's still a thing. But I know when we were younger, that used to be like a thing. And they just like, yeah, fuck everything normal and yeah, normalized standards. But it was always weirdo looking people, right? Because they chose to feel like if they were just different, then, they negated all those aspects of what people considered, the standard of beauty or attraction or what just normal behaviors, right? So if they didn't participate in that, then they couldn't be judged by that scale. Yeah, I dismiss all of that, right? And so this is kind of what these people do. They try to shit on the normal views because they didn't fit in it, but in reality they want to be accepted. They want to be accepted by somebody or most people by the mainstream, so they're trying to make these other beliefs mainstream instead of what it's always been. But biologically, the way we're just naturally designed, certain things are going to be attractive, other things are not going to be attractive, right? So it is what it is. That voice is permanent. Ugh. That's unfortunate. So I want y'all to remember that name, because we got a couple more videos from this individual. What we got going on here? Hold on. What is happening? In just a second here. I guess I should have hardlined it, right? Hold on. We're getting a little jank. Oh, well, I could do this. Hold on 1 second. Stick with me just in case it gets a little weird. Actually, I don't want to do that anymore. Oh, pardon me. Oh, yeah. Oh man, oh, I'm dropping stuff. Oh, there we go. That should be a little bit better. All right, pardon me. Let me see. Let me make sure this is adjusted to, because I got different profiles, and different profiles got different shit going on. All right, it should be. All right, there we go. We should be back to normal. Let's see how that works. All right. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Play as fuck up. If it was a little janky, if it was a little buffery, I apologize. No, that's a weird mask. All right, cool. Yeah, I had to plug the actual thing in the back, the Ethernet cord in. I was on Wi-Fi. Smart, right? I know. But yeah, say more of this teacher here, right? So let's get an explanation.
This is not rude, and I'm actually really happy you asked it.
TikTok's such a weird place. So the question was, hey, I was wondering, what do you address a non-binary teacher as? Sorry if I came off rude. I'm just curious.
The gender-neutral title would be mix or MX. But I would recommend asking your non-binary teacher if you're not sure, because they might have a preference. For example, in school I actually use Miss, but I tell my students that I don't mind if they use Mix or even Mr. But that's just my personal preference, and it's not the standard for all non-binary people. Much like how some non-binary people still use she, her, or he, him pronouns. You might have some non-binary teacher that prefer Miss or Mr. instead of Mix, so when in doubt, just ask.
Old great state of Texas. God damn it. That shit keep janking up on me. Alright. So like I say, you know, I'm a Southern gentleman, and that wasn't raised up in my Southern protocol, that mixing. I don't know nothing about it, and I ain't trying to figure it out. Alright, I got all my proper schoolings when I was a youngster, all this new age stuff. I'm just gonna say no thank you. I wanna say this to you. Here we go. God damn it, clickety-click.
So I came out as non-binary a little over a year ago. When I started interviewing for jobs, I was...
That dark lipstick, we should have known you was a weirdo. So this is my thing. So like, one, you were deceptive, right? So When I started interviewing for jobs, I was still in the closet about my gender identity. And then, whatever, sexuality, I don't know, whatever it is at this time. And I was also dating a guy at the time and was afraid to come out because he was straight. Okay.
Still in the closet about my gender identity. I was also dating a guy at the time and was afraid to come out because he was straight. Well, that relationship ended, and after I got a job and moved out to Seattle, and after I saw how accepting my district was...
Well, Seattle explains it all. The whole west side of the country is fucked off.
I finally became open about being non-binary.
I do get a lot of questions from students at the beginning of the semester, and I just answer those very honestly. When we do class introductions, I have everyone include their pronouns, and I talk about why it matters. And I always encourage students to ask questions.
So you indoctrinate the children at an early age and shit that they don't. I wonder what grade level she teaches. Because that fucking shit is dumb.
They don't quite understand, because I know to a lot of those students, I'm probably the first non-binary teacher they've ever had. I always assume good intent with my students, so if someone makes a joke or cracks a comment, then I use it as an opportunity to educate
Indoctrinate
them. Patience and love are key.
And again, I guess like when you come out as non-binary, you gotta like automatically dye your hair or something and do weird stuff. I would definitely judge a teacher with tattoos on their hands. I would definitely judge a teacher with all these colors in there. Like I would not want my kid in their class. And it's just one because of how they appear, right? Kids are easily distracted these days, you know, and they'll be thinking that's normal. But the crazy thing about it, like these kids are allowed to do anything. And like I say, when I be taking the little one to school and shit, it's like every time I do go, I see this fucking kid with fucking, at one point she was having like fucking this hot pink ass hair thing. Now it's like some kind of fucking orange ass shit. Of course, you know, black girl with the weave and shit. And then, you know, all other kids do it. But I heard like little ones, like, don't even think about it. Don't even ask, because it's an automatic fucking no. Like, their parents may not give a shit about them being anything ever. You know, their parents probably weirdos too. And you'll never, man, I'll take the clippers to her head my fucking self if she ever do some shit like that. I'll do it on live stream. I'll say, hey, watch this. This is how it works over here. And I will fucking shave her head fucking bald. We do not, it ain't gonna go down like that. I promise you. Anyway. I got something super terrible for y'all. But I'm not gonna tell y'all when I'm gonna play it.
Talk about Trixie and Toric, because I've been waiting for this one. So, I have absolutely nothing wrong with anybody who wants to...
Look at the profile picture. You're like, well, Honcho, look, her hair is normal. So why did you say? Look at the profile picture. Every single one. Stereotypes exist for a reason, bro. Every single one of these super woke gender people things. I need to change the gaming thing to my to the YouTube gaming channel. And for those of you who don't know, I will be on the YouTube gaming channel after the den tonight here shortly. We're gonna have some fun. Yeah, look at her, she's crazy. She's on cocaine. She's on the meths. She's on meth and cocaine. But again, every single one of these people, the stereotype is crazy colored hair, multiple nose, like all the same shit I use for dangerous black women. Like the white women or others that do it, they're just as dangerous, but like in a wokey woke way. You know what I'm saying? They won't directly come out and kill you because they don't have the same direct capacity for violence. They will put like Visine in your food or some shit like that. That's the kind of motherfuckers they are.
use those labels. Trixic means a non-binary person who is attracted to women. Toric is a non-binary person attracted to men. But I am neither of those things. And one of the definitions of lesbian is non-men attracted to non-men, which is me. I'm a non-binary person attracted to everything on the gender spectrum except for that little dot right there, which is binary men. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, wasn't thrilled. The only problem that I have with Trixic and Toric is that there are a lot of turfy lesbians who will use the existence of those labels as a way to say, well, you can't be a lesbian, this fits you better. Which is their way of saying to trans women,
So you're telling me that there's intergroup battles taking place? There's intergroup difficulties of comprehension that the people who participate in these conversations don't quite fully understand them either. They can't agree on with them either. Is that what you're telling me? Is this what you're saying, that the people who make these labels, the people who use these labels, cannot even properly define other people associated with these labels? Because they don't make any sense to anybody. Maybe that's why.
you're not a real woman, you don't fucking belong. Or you use he, him, or they, them pronouns, so you can't be a lesbian. He, him lesbians are valid. We're not even gonna get into how pronouns don't even fucking equate to gender. But yeah, thank you for letting me talk my shit again. Talk about Trixic and Toric, cause that...
Y'all want to be friends with people like that? I don't want to hang out with people like this. Like people who wake up and their sexuality is like all they fucking got to talk about. Oh, word. Shout out to Ty. What's the motherfucking deal? Like every group has a uniform. Absolutely. I have on my nigga uniform today. But like I said, it's just like, imagine waking up, and this is what I say, like I say this about every group. So like people say, no, look, you're being gender dysmorphic phobic, you're being trixophobic, you're being toricophobic, honcho. I'm gonna have some new phobias. I'm a fucking bigot, all right? I'm a bigot and I dig it. That's gonna be on a shirt soon. Write that down before I forget it. Right, and so, because according to all these people, you know, my beliefs are bigoted, right? And unfortunately, she said she's not attracted to my dot on the spectrum. Fortunately for me, I'm not attracted to the rest of that whole fucking stupid spectrum. So I think we're all winning here, right? We're all benefiting from these beliefs. If you outside of the binary, whatever, cool, bro. I like the binary women. I don't even know what the terms are right now. Y'all call them sissies, y'all call them binaries, y'all call them all. I like women. Born with a snatch. Anywho, this has to be the worst episode ever. It's not even close, bro. This is not even close. This is like some of the more. We've had some terrible stuff. I ain't gonna lie. That Eden Torres was pretty bad. The harassing the senator was pretty bad. But we haven't even reached the breaking point, Broderick. Make sure you subscribe to the gaming channel.
I am so tired of catering to cis people's feelings. Because I do. I do it every time I go to a restaurant and the server says, "Hi, ladies," and I don't correct them. Every time I choose the women's washroom because people expect that of me and it makes them comfortable. Every time I go to the grocery store and ignore being called miss or ma'am. Every time a close friend misgenders me and my immediate response is to say, "No, it's okay as long as you're trying." It's not okay. And I'm not okay, because in order for any of you to even entertain the idea of respecting my existence, I have to water down all of my emotions lest I live up to the whiny crybabies trans stereotype that you all have in your heads. Because God forbid you take someone seriously when they are showing valid emotion.
What? Was that a dude trying to become a woman trying to become a dude? And here's the thing. I don't let anybody know anything, but you should just know that I'm this. You just sat there and said you don't say anything or do anything to inform anybody of any of your feelings and or beliefs. You just sit there and take it. So automatically, I guess we're all supposed to be fucking psychic. We're supposed to just be... Oh, my spidey senses are... Oh, you're trans. Oh, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, this is what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm saying. And it's just, it's crazy. Like, who's supposed to know that? If you don't say anything, you don't show any kind of anything, Like, how is anybody supposed to know this? How? Right? It's just like, again, I don't comprehend it. I don't get it. I'm just, you know what? I know how to get the spidey sense tingling.
I am so tired of catering to cis people's feelings. Because I do. I do it every time I go to a restaurant and the server says, "Hi, ladies," and I don't correct them. Every time I choose the women's washroom because people expect that of me and it makes them comfortable. Every time I go to the grocery store and ignore being called miss or ma'am. Every time a close friend misgenders me and my immediate response is to say, "No, it's okay as long as you're trying." It's not okay. And I'm not okay, because in order for any of you to even entertain the idea of respecting my existence, I have to water down all of my emotions lest I live up to the whiny crybabies trans stereotype that you all have in your heads. Because God forbid you take someone serious.
A whiny crybaby stereotype that we all have in our heads. Maybe because that's all we ever see. And then, this is not very manly of you if you're a man. Men don't cry like this. You better learn the game. New dude. The new guy doesn't know how to play the game. That's not what men do. That's why nobody's taking you serious. You don't fucking cry like this. Anyway.
I am so tired of catering.
No, I'm tired of you. All right, let me get the other guy there. I'm clicking all kind of buttons. I didn't know what I had button. That's it. All right, there we go. So that's kind of how it works, man. And so what you got to learn, and what a lot of them learn when they become quote unquote dudes, is nobody gives a fuck about your feelings. When you become a dude, all of the women who transitioned to men and talked about how much, they didn't like it because nobody gave a fuck about what they thought. But people paid attention to me. I could rant and cry back then, and people would listen. Now nobody does that.
I'm so tired of catering to cis people.
All right, I'm tired of listening to you. All right, so I guess we can go with this one.
Many people ask me, how do you use they, them pronouns for a singular person? Well, it's really easy. All you have to do is use it the same way that you would talk about a group of people. So, for example, I, Addison, use they, them pronouns. In that case, you talk about me like this. I know Addison. They are amazing. Their dress and their hair are amazing. And I'm so proud to know them. Now, a fun fact about they, them pronouns is that they've been used in a singular context for centuries. Even going back to Shakespearean times, there's actual documentation and literature using they and them in singular contexts. But if that still doesn't convince you to use they, them pronoun, I'll leave you with this piece of...
No, what pisses me off the most about this video, I don't give a fuck about nothing with this part, is that them thing, whatever pronoun, has a way better fucking facial hair. I'm super pissed. I cannot get no connection going on, and this thing doesn't even want to be what it is. Terrible.
Information. Our language is constantly changing and adapting. We're evolving to find new terms and language to self-identify. So get with the times. Don't be an asshole.
Like, that doesn't even know what it wants to be. Like, I'm really pissed about it. I'm not watching it again. I'm really pissed that it doesn't even want to be a man. It has a way better, just like the beard connection. I'm super mad. I'm highly upset about this. I'm highly upset. I went to a lot of videos. I only got a little bit left because I want to make sure I'm really ready to play Far Cry 6. So I want to make sure I get to the other dilly dally on time. And let me see what I got. I might have one last craziness for y'all, but not like that. Yeah, I'm like, again, like I just told you, I'm a bigot and I dig it. I am okay with being an asshole. Look, as long as you don't call me a dickhead, I'm all good with that. But I'm perfectly fine being called an asshole. I have no issue with that whatsoever. I got one last one for y'all. I was gonna save this for something else. It's nothing too crazy.
I mean, I can say it more directly. You weren't gifted, talented, or smart. You were just, most likely, statistically speaking, an upper middle class white kid. And so your school district rewarded you by giving you the title of gifted. And then they use that as an excuse to pull resources from your black and indigenous, low-income, disabled, neurodivergent peers.
This bitch is dumb. I wasn't white or middle class. No, I was the only nigga in them gifted classes. So your whole argument is invalid. Period. What about pulling resources? Shit. Because there was eventually a time I left the class, not because they were too difficult, but because I felt like I needed to be around other niggas. Because of motherfuckers like this. This is why I go so hard on like a lot of these shits. Not like the goofy white liberals, the goofy ass niggas. And I say I don't have any regrets in life, but that is the one regret I do have. That I left advanced classes because I felt like I was missing out on some shit. Not being around other niggas, because I was always, for the majority of my school career, I was the only nigga in them classes. Right? And you get these stupid motherfuckers like this who say all this dumb shit. No. And I will say that there were a couple of dingbats in class. The parents just did have money. Like, I won't sit there and say it wouldn't. But when I ended up going back to regular classes, and it was like, you know, whatever. Kids in these classes were fucking stupid. Like, it is what it is. Like, it got to the point where motherfuckers copying off my, like, how the fuck y'all trying to copy off my test and shit? Like, and that's one thing I would say, I've never copied off, I've never cheated on a test, like, because I always thought people were way dumber. So it's like, I do better just guessing on a test and copying off somebody else. And so, like, that's the one regret I had, like, and because I didn't think the way then that I think now, right? And I felt like I was missing out on something, you know, not being, you know, the only time I saw niggas was in PE or some shit, right? And, you know, from that point is when I started getting caught up in more off-the-wall behaviors. I was associating with different individuals, right? The motherfuckers in the advance ain't know shit about that type of shit. I was the only motherfucker getting in trouble in them classes. And not because, oh, the black kids getting picked on, it's because I was tripping. I would be doing some wild ass shit. But it's people like this who try to use that as an excuse to, well, the reason why everybody else is lagging behind is because, no, it's because the rest of the motherfuckers don't give a fuck about education. The rest of the motherfuckers just go to school to fucking socialize, and they're fucking stupid. And this is pre-fucking internet distractions, right? And motherfuckers still find ways, like, people who are not going to be bright, who are not going to be that sharp, people who are just anti-education are going to be that way. Right, they're not raised to see the value of it. If it wasn't a thing that was pushed in their homes, like whatever it may have been, like, they're just not going to see it, and they're going to be stupid, and it's their fault or the fault of their families or whatever you want to call it. It has nothing to do with resources being taken from anything, right? You're talking about the smallest, maybe class or group of individuals, yet somehow all the resources are being taken away from the rest of the school for a smaller class of kids. Make it make sense. I don't want to finish the rest of what she's talking about, but she's stupid as fuck. She's just mad because she wasn't smart enough to get in. She blames it on being poor or something, or weirdly colored hair.
And gave them to you. You benefited from the system of white supremacy and classism because you could uphold it as, more likely than not, an upper middle class or middle class white kid. You were the reason and the excuse for withholding resources from marginalized students, and you were complicit in accepting them. And I know you were a child, and I know you probably didn't have a lot of say, and you also didn't have a lot of perspective. But as an adult, if you're still holding on to this idea that you were a gifted kid once, when all that meant is that you could thrive under classism and white supremacy, unpack that.
Imagine being able to say a whole lot of nothing with a lot of fucking words, right? Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Dumb down to be down, right? Dumb it down, like Lupe said. And again, what resources? What resources? There were way more kids, way more teachers for the kids who didn't know shit. So that's like saying that the special ed kids are taking up all the resources, right? They get a whole classroom, a whole section of the school themselves. They get dedicated teachers and things like that. Just accept that you weren't good enough. Had nothing to do with white supremacy, had nothing to do with any of that stuff, right? Because the thing about it was that in reality, a lot of the teachers too, who taught, the regular students also taught gifted classes. Well, in the school system I was in, just the gifted classes move faster. So how were resources being taken away? And instead of having those individuals who actually can thrive, who can move at a quicker pace, because you're a nincompoop, you want everybody to move at the same pace. So those who have the capability should be slowed down by those who don't want to utilize the ability in the slightest. They should be in the same classroom with the distractors, with the aggressors, the fighters, the argumentative kids, those who are detrimental to learning, right? We should all just be lumped in the same group. So those of us that could move forward faster don't get the opportunity to, while those who aren't, and probably end up being held back anyway, don't. They just do what they continue to do. This is what I'm saying. Resources. What resources? Like, you think that the gifted class were just getting special bonuses? All the same fucking field trips. We all did all the same shit. What? Because we took the what is that Duke SAT pretest early or some shit? Like, that was it. That's like the only thing I could think of that we did in the gifted classes that nobody else did. Right? And that was like in 7th or 8th grade or some shit. I don't even remember. Other than that, as far as any school benefits, we all got the same shit. And if anything, gifted classes should probably get more benefits. When the fucking schools get judged by how well their students do, the ones that graduate and the ones that pass and shit like that, you got to count on the fucking gifted kids to bring it up for the motherfuckers at the bottom of the barrel who don't want to do shit. So yeah, give them more resources. They deserve it, asshole. Anyway, it's about that time. We're going to get ready to wind it down. I know I did a bunch of talking today, right? See my thing with a sticker. Hoes everywhere, boy. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready to slide on over to the other side, because actually I think Whatchamacallit is supposed to be available at 11, so hopefully it's all good. So I've been anticipating playing this game for quite some time. So if y'all want to keep chopping it up, slide over to the gaming channel. Gonna be there about 11:15. Oh, no wonder this has been going on the whole time. And gonna get that started. I gotta get some things set up on this end. Make sure I got that right. Yes, I'll put that in the link for y'all. Okay. That made absolutely no sense, right? So would appreciate your support. If you want to come over there, keep chopping it up, we can definitely keep chopping it up. If y'all just want to sit back and laugh at me do poorly on things of that nature, then hey, we can do that too. But I do appreciate each and every one of you. I thank all of y'all for coming through and chopping it up this evening. I know I've been a little spotty here last one. There's been some low energy action going on. Like I said, just been putting in some work the last couple of days. But I fucks with y'all. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all sincerely. It is my honor. It is my privilege, but more than anything, it is my pleasure to get to chop it up with y'all each and every night, which should be Sunday through Friday. And we will be live tomorrow night. Same den time, same den channel. And with that being said, I'm trying to produce. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Take care of yourselves, man. And so until tomorrow night, I'm gone.